This channel is a member of the Astral Stars, which means we have a zero-tolerance policy against the harassment of others. Anybody who violates that policy will be banned. For further information, please visit www.theastralstars.com.
Hi everyone, I'm Sylvia from Form Prints. Welcome to another episode of Astral Auto Repairs. Can you dig it? Make sure to check out my channel by clicking on the link in the description below. Hope you enjoy your video.
Alright, check that intro out. Can you dig it? Alright, check it out. If you want us to showcase your channel free of charge, just click that link below in the description. Help boost your channel. Alright guys and girls, here we go. 2007 Chevy Tahoe. What I'm going to do is show you how to replace the rear brakes and the rear rotors. That's right. Customers' complaint was hearing the noise in the back. Now here's a great way of diagnosing when you step on the brakes and your car's shaking. Here's a great way to diagnose it. If you step on the brakes and your steering wheel shakes, that's coming from your fronts. If you step on the brakes and your vehicle shakes and the steering wheel is still steady, that's coming from your backs. Alright? Quicker than quick. Alright, the first thing we do is jack this up, get it up on jack stands, and get these tires off. Alright? We'll be right back. Alright guys, the first thing we do is need to take these tires off. Alright? Now these, usually car lugs are 19 millimeter or 3/4 or 21 millimeter 13/16. These are 22 millimeters. So first of all, don't think that these are lug nuts, because they're not. These are caps. And what you can do, actually you can do them by hand if you want. Yeah, I don't care about that hand thing. Give me my gun. Just take all those loose. And this cap will come right off, just like that. They screw right onto the lugs. All right, let's set that down to the side. Now you got 6 22 millimeter lug nuts. Let's get those off. All right, now taking off the tire. Nice easy way of doing it is grabbing it from the top, and especially if you got little holes between here, that'd be great, man. Just grab it from there, just pull that off. Don't let it drag onto the spindle and all. Don't let it grabbing it. Just grab it off like that. All right, so let's pull this off and let's take the other tire off, and we'll be right back. All right guys, we got the car jacked up. And understand, I'll take the tires off. I want to show you how I got this up in the air. Now, I got my hydraulic jack on the differential, as you can see right there. Now, some of the differentials are aluminum. Make sure, if yours are aluminum, do not do this. But this one is steel, cast iron steel. Put the hydraulic jack right there, jack it up, then get your jack stands, set them up right about there, and then you lower down and leave your jack in place, all right? All right, the next thing we're going to do is very important. We're going to go over here. Pop the hood. And you're going to take the cap off of the master cylinder. There's the master cylinder over here. You want to take this cap off. I'm about to show you why in a few minutes. All right, let's get back over there to the We're going to start with the passenger side rear, and let's get that thing apart. Be right back. All right, guys, we're on the right side rear, and this is what the first thing we got to do is take off our caliper right here. Now, our caliper is held on by 2 13 millimeter bolts, one right here and one right there. Now, here's the problem with these though. When you go to loosen them, notice how this is a pin, a slide pin right here. This is a bolt head on it, and it's a rod that goes inside here, so the caliper can slide back and forth. Wait a minute, and that caliper is not sliding back and forth, which means there might be something wrong with this pin. We're gonna clean them up anyway. But if you notice how I'm turning it, notice how is turning also. This bolt head is a 20 millimeter. Who has a 20 millimeter? So get yourself an adjustable wrench or a pair of pliers, hook it onto it. That'll stop it from turning. And go ahead and take that bolt out. And then you're going to use the same one. You go up under here. Hold that one into place. And if you want, you can just let it go and let it go up against the rotor or something and take that out. All right, let's get both of them bolts out and we'll be right back. All right, both bolts are out. Both bolts are the same length, so you don't have to worry about mixing them up. The next thing we're gonna do is wiggle our caliper out. Do not let the caliper dangle down onto the hose because you can damage the hose internally. What you want to do is swing it up, swing it around just like that. Keep that out of place. Now, this is the caliper bracket right here, and here's your brake pads. You got an inboard and you got an outboard. And see, you want to make these. See how this one slides? But see how this one? It's kind of stuck. So we're gonna clean that up and get that done. Now the next thing we got to do, because we're doing the rotor as well, we got to remove the caliper bracket. And then the caliper bracket, see, we got two bolts back here. Got two 18 millimeter bolts. So go around and look at them. There's one and there's two. All right, so I'm using an 18 millimeter shallow socket, 3/8 drive, with my 3/8 drive swivel ratchet. You can use a regular ratchet. It's good to have one with a long length on it. 1/2 inch is probably better because these bolts are usually tight. Just like that, tight. So let's switch this up to a 1/2 inch drive, 18 millimeter, and take that off. We'll be right back. All right, guys, what I got here is an 18 millimeter 1/2 inch drive socket with my 1/2 inch drive ratchet. Get in there, and then this one. Let me get this thing down here so I can. Man, that thing is tight. All right, so I'm gonna do this another way. Put it like that. Okay, that's one. Some things are tight. Okay, just want to get that loose, and then I want to go up here to the top one. Okay, there we go. Top one's out. Now, I'm gonna switch up. Get my 18 millimeter socket again. Put it on my air ratchet. Just make this a lot quicker. Let's take those two out. See if we can get you to see you over here. Okay, take the whole caliper bracket off. Here's our both bolts. Both bolts are the same length, so we don't got to worry about that. Let's just set this off to the side because we're not going to need this yet. The next thing we're going to do, here's our rotor. We need to take this rotor off. Now these are original rotors. I know that because they got little clips on them that the dealership put on them to hold the rotor into place. So what we're going to do, take us a pair of snips, and you just grab one of the little ledges. Just break it off. Grab another one. Break it off. Put that to the side.
So when you put the new rotor in, you don't need that?
Nope. Now, the next thing you do is take off the rotor. The rotor should just come right off, which this one it don't. Now, you see these two holes right here? You can get 2 bolts and put it into the holes, and as you tighten the bolts up, it'll pull that rotor off. But now that's what I would doing if I was cutting these rotors. You could tell this thing's been getting hot. You can tell the heat marks right there and right along there. And what you can do now, what we're gonna do is get a hammer and you shock it. Just hit the outside, because it don't matter. You don't care about damaging it when you're getting new ones. If you're gonna have these cut, then you don't do this. But let's get a hammer and take that off. Be right back. All right, guys, check it out. I'm gonna try to show you both ways. Now, I got 2 3/8 bolts right here. Now, the first way is hitting that. Just keep on hitting it, and the rotor will come right off. Dang it. But if it don't, well, that one, actually, I can take that off right now because it is loose. But I want to show you the other way. Take 2 3/8 bolts. You put both of them in there. And as you tighten them up, they're going to go up against the hub and pull that off. So I'm going to use me a 14mm socket. You can use a 3/8 drive. I mean, a 9/16 if you want. And you're going to go tighten up. Now watch, as I tighten these up, the rotor pulls off. Just like that. Take the rotor right off. Done. That's your other way of doing it. Now you notice these are special rotors here, because these are rotors and combination drums. You see the drum right there? That's because the emergency brakes are in the back. Now the emergency brakes look in very good condition. How often do you use emergency brakes on a big vehicle like this? So that's good. Alright, we're going to put that down to the side. The next thing we're going to do, let's get our brand new rotor and stick it up here. We'll be right back. Alright guys, here's our brand spanking new rotor. This looks nice. Okay, let's get our rotor. Set it up there. Perfect. Done. That looks great. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to now, here's our brake caliper, but we're going to clean this up right now while it's out here. It makes it a lot easier. I'm going to show you how we do this. Let's bring this to the back of the truck and clean this up. We'll be right back. Alright guys, here we go. We're about to prep the caliper bracket. The first thing we're going to do is take off the old brake pads, throw them out, put them to the side. That's done. The next thing we're going to do, you see these clips right here. It's got 2 clips right here. Just going to pop those clips off. Throw them out. Make sure you get brake pads. When you get a brake pad set, make sure it comes with the new hardware. It's a whole lot better to deal with. Pop those out, put that to the side. The next thing we're going to do, put over here. Now these are supposed to, see this is kind of tight right here. And that will mess up your brakes. So what we got to do is take these pins out. Now see, this one is kind of free, but this one's not. So what we're going to do here is you pull it out. It's got a little boot right there. So just let the boot go down like that. Take the pins out, both of them. Look at that mess right there, all that stuff. So now how we gonna? It's okay, Tim. How the heck we gonna clean this? I don't know. Clean it. What the heck you want from me? All right. Next thing we're gonna do, guys, is let's get some carburetor cleaner. All right. We'll be right back. All right, guys. Got a little carburetor cleaner here, and what you want to do here is take the carburetor cleaner with the straw on it. You gotta be very careful. I'm trying. Don't let it spray back on you.
Okay.
Look at all that stuff in there. Clean that out. Clean both of them out. Great. The next thing you want to do is take your rag. Actually, we can wet the rag. We want to clean the sliding pins off. Make sure they're nice and clean. Perfect. The next thing you want to do is get you some anti-seize. Just take a dab of it. Not up to this point, just on the shaft right there. And then, make sure no carburetor cleaner's in. Insert the pins. The boot will lock right into place. When you push that in there, that boot was going to lock right on that little lip right there. So, locked into place, look at that. That is perfect. That is going to slide with no problem at all. Let's do our other one. Insert that one. Locked into place, look at that. That is going to work perfect. Guys, if these things are stuck and you put the brake pads on, chances are 100% guaranteed one pad is going to wear from the other one, and the pads will get locked up against the rotor, cause the rotors to overheat and warp. And that is the situation with this car right now. The rotors are warped and overheated. All right, we are done with that. Let's put this up. Next thing you want to do is turn it to the side, get you a little wire brush. This is where the clip's set at. All that dirt, grime up there. Clean that off. Turn it around. Clean off the other side. Great. All right, let's get our new clips and we'll be right back. All right, guys, here's our new brake pads over here. Silent stop from Fisher Auto Parts. These are great, man. These done with the clips. They come with everything, the grease. All right, so what you do is take our new clips.
Are they all the same?
All 4 clips are the same. And you got these little tabs right here. See, a little spring loaded right there. So they are going to go right inside there. Don't get your gloves stuck in there like I did. Set that down. Perfect. Perfect. Let's get our other one over here. Set that down. Perfect. All right, we're not done yet. Now the next thing we're going to do is called the 007. Mechanic 007, check his channel out. One day I was putting, because right now we got to put a little grease right here. So when we put the brake pads in, the brake pads will slide better. Definitely got to do that because that will bind up also if something's wrong with them and cause your brakes to overheat.
You got some right here.
Yeah, that's nice. That's good. All right, so usually what I would do is take my fingertip and put the grease right there, and then I mess up the gloves. He said, Tim, why are you doing that? Get you some Q-tips. The heck, man, get some more gloves. Get you some Q-tips and use the Q-tips. Let the Q-tips do the work for you. It's like, all right, Len, I'll do that. And then I started calling that the 007. Anytime you got to use grease, anti-seize, or anything, call it the 007. Check out Now Mechanic 101 too. He knows the deal.
He calls it the 007?
Yeah, he calls it the 007. All right, so what we do is squeeze a little bit out. Put on the Q-tip. And what you want to do is put them right there where the brake pads are. Slide that.
So you put it everywhere the brake pad is at?
Yep, everybody where the brake pad is going to slide. Everybody where that point is going to slide at.
Oh. Not the whole brake pad.
Definitely not the whole. I've seen people put it on the whole back of the brake pad, which I have no idea why they do that. I don't know who taught them that. Probably South England. They didn't catch that.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
You know they're watching you.
No, they didn't catch that. All right, check it out. I was about to make a point here too, and I messed up.
Don't put it all over the brake pad.
All right, oh yeah, another one. All right, here's our new brake pads. Lift them open. Now, we got inboard and outboard, and notice this one has a little wear sensor. And what these wear sensors do is that when your brake pads wear down, that wear sensor will hit the rotor and make a loud squealing noise before you grind down into the brake pad and mess everything up. So we just want to get the one here that matches up with that. And then the other one don't have nothing. We're good. All right, we got 2. When you get new brake pads, make sure they have this anti-squeal shim in the back. Definitely got to do that, or your brakes, it's a good chance they will squeal. All right, let's get these brake pads on
I
here.
don't know which one goes where.
on the inboard outboard?
Yeah.
Because it is. See how the markings? Now we see it got this round circle right here, an imprint of where the inside of the caliper went. So now if we notice that if it was it's bolted on like that, so that's the inside, so we know this one's gonna be on the inside. And what we do,
this is the inside of the caliper bracket.
right. So what we're gonna do is go down here and those slide right into the grooves, both of them. And see, this is where that grease comes in at. Actually, wait a minute now, because that's, you know what? I just noticed that these brake pads also slide up here too. And I don't want to take no chances, so back to the 007. Get some more grease here. And notice it slides up there too. So we're going to do that on all four. These weird Q-tips wear out quick, don't they? I guess they're meant for grease. But they should be. They should make mechanic. Alright, so let's put this on now. Put them in there. That's great. That thing is sliding perfect now. Get that thing back in there. Alright, so we got one in. The next thing we're going to do is flip over to the other side and get the other one in. Great. You don't have to push it in all the way. Now these are going to squeeze in to the rotor, so we want to leave them out right now so we can make sure we go put them on, no problem. This is going to be great right here. Look at the man, that moves so smooth, man. All right, let's go over there and put this on. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we got our bracket. Everything's ready to go on. We're going to grab one of our bolts. We're going to slowly slide the assembly on. Get one of our bolts in. Start it off by a couple of threads. All right, the other one, the top one started. Now, go down, put the second one in. Great, that is in there. Now, if I want, I can take my brake pads, squeeze them together, touch them against the rotor. Great. Now we're going to be tightening them up. We'll go ahead and, now we know them bolts are really tight. So right now, I'm just going to bring them in with the air ratchet. Again, 18 millimeter. All right, both bolts are tight, but not tight like I want them. The next thing I'm gonna do is get my 1/2-inch drive with an 18 millimeter, and I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna really tighten up on these. Okay, there's one. Two. All right, the next thing, guys, we got our caliper. Now we need to push this piston. Right now, if we try to put this on, this caliper will not go on. This piston right here has to be pushed back. Now, as we pushing this piston back, the fluid's going to back up through the system and go to the master cylinder, and the fluid's going to start rising. This is the reason why we took the cap off. Let's go back up to the master cylinder and let me explain something to you. Be right back. All right, guys, we got our master cylinder off. Now, there are master cylinders out there that inside the master cylinder, there's one-way valves. Now, if you mess those valves up by pushing that caliper back, with this cap being on, you finish this job, you're not gonna have no brakes at all, and there you go looking crazy in the face. All right, so you don't want that to happen. So what you do is take the cap off so it can release the pressure, and get you some paper towels, because as this rises up, there's a good chance it might spill out. You don't want it all messy inside the bay. So what you do is take some paper towels, because being that it's porous, you take the paper towels, stick it right there, and as you push back on the piston, on the caliper, the brake fluid is going to rise up, and the paper towel will soak that fluid up. I'm going to show you what I mean in 1 minute. Let's get back to the back and push that caliper back. All right, guys, now let's push this piston back. Now, this piston is not steel, it's not metal, it's like a, I don't know what the heck it is. So, whatever you do, don't try to use, you're going to use your C-clamp. Don't put the C-clamp in there and push that back because you can't crack that piston. Then, again, you're going to be looking crazy in the face. So what you do is get one of the old brake pads, the part that's the softest part, put it up against the piston, just like that. Then, get your C-clamp, adjust it in there. All right, get the thing. And what you want to do is slowly push that back, and if you notice, you'll see the piston going back into the caliper. And you want to do this until it stops. Great, perfect. Release it, done. Don't worry about it, it won't come back out. All right, now that we got that situated, let's get our bolts over here. You're gonna take our caliper and make sure it's not twisted around and the hose is bent up, because then it's gonna be messed up. So make sure it's back in place like you had it. You wanna slide it over the brake pad, just like that. Now see, right now, it won't go down, because what happens here is, see these bolts out here, the sliders, you gotta push those in so it can slide on. So, get it back on there. See it's hitting. So I'm gonna take my finger, push that in a little bit, and it drops right down. Perfect. Let's get our top bolt in there. Okay, let's get our bottom one. And you want to make sure it goes on by a couple threads, about 4 or 5 threads. That's where you know it's not cross-threaded. Okay, then we're going to get our 13 millimeter. Where is it? Here it is. I'm going to get my regular ratchet here. And we're going to go ahead and start tightening up. Now remember, as I'm tightening up, that center, that's the pin is spinning. I'm not worried about that yet. I just want to get these situated in there. All right, now get our adjustable wrench, hold it into place. Go ahead, tighten them up on the top. And again, you can, if you want, you can use, let this slide, let this turn, go up against. See how I got it's got the wrench, the adjustment going up against this bolt right here. So it's gonna lock into place. So as I'm tightening it, I know that ain't gonna move. Okay. Tighten up. Take our adjustable wrench off. All right, let's do the bottom one, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, that was a great job. This side is done. Now let's go up in the front where I got our paper towel at, and I'm gonna show you what's going on. We'll be right back. All right, now you notice, you can see the discoloration right there, because as this was going up, the paper towel. Don't be making fun of me. The paper towel was soaking up the fluid. All right, so you can see, take that out and look at that. All right, we're gonna leave that there for now, because what we're gonna do is go over to the other side now, but we're gonna be changing this because we still, if this thing get too full, it's gonna spill over. So we're gonna get a new paper towel and put in there. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, we're on the left side now, and actually check this out. You can see the heat marks. Look at that thing right there. Look at them heat marks. These rotors are messed up, man. All right, and somebody did brakes over here. Look at, somebody actually put wheel bearing grease or something. You are not supposed to do this, guys. Do not do this. They put wheel bearing grease on these pads and all. What the heck is wrong with people? All right, Sylvia, what's first?
Come on. You got to remove the caliper.
How?
Remove the bolts. 13 millimeter.
Okay. All right, so we got our 13 millimeter 3/8 drive with a 3/8 drive ratchet. Let's remove those bolts right here. And you can see what's happening. the thing is
you
turning.
Get your little adjustable wrench to hold the pin.
All right, hold the pin. And she called it by name. All right, so let's get both of those out and we'll be right back. All right, I got both bolts out. Both bolts are the same length. All right, what's next?
Come on.
What's next?
I already told you, remove the caliper. Don't let it hang.
Okay.
Swing it over and let it, no, don't bend the I said swing it, not bend it.
Yeah, hey, there you go.
Okay.
All right. Look at this grease, guys. This,
what is that?
I don't know what the heck people put grease back here for. I don't know.
Remove the bracket.
Okay, I don't know the bracket.
Remove the bolts in the back. Those are maybe 15?
Nope.
I don't know.
You know. Well, no, I ain't got time to teach you. No. What's that? 18 millimeter. 18 millimeter bolt. So we're using an 18 millimeter socket, half-inch drive or a half-inch drive ratchet because we know those things are just super tight. So let's go over here. In fact, you can probably reach over here and look down.
Wait a minute. Okay, I got it.
You can see it?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
All right. So we got one. These bolts are tight, man. All right. There's one. Let's go up here and do that to the second one. All right, both bolts are loose. Now I'm gonna switch over to my 18 millimeter 3/8 drive with the air ratchet. We're gonna take those right out. Be right back. All right, got both bolts out. All right, what's next over here?
Remove the bracket. Oh, after you remove the bracket, you can put that down, I guess, for now.
Okay.
Remove those little clippies on the rotors.
Okay.
On the rotor.
Remove the clips. Okay.
We'll remove the rotor.
Now this one is already loose, guys, so just take that right off of there, just like that. All right, what's next?
You gotta take the bracket and clean it.
All right, so let's go. Oh, you're gonna guide us. You're gonna guide us. That's right. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guide me.
Take the brake pads out.
Take the brake pads out. Just, you see how stuck these get, guys?
That's pretty gross.
Yeah, look at this. Oh, what somebody put? Somebody they actually put grease back here. What the heck is wrong with people, man? All right.
Take the clips the hard way out.
Clips the hard way. Pop them out.
Ew.
All right.
I guess now you can take the clip off.
You know what? What's this?
Clean it, but we're gonna clean that
yeah,
up.
I gotta just take that grease off. Oh, messed up. All right, what's next?
Take the clip off.
Look, I took the clips off.
I mean the pin. He's a mutt.
All right. Dang it.
Hold the boot down.
Okay. Okay.
Now clean the pins.
Clean the pins?
Yeah.
Pins are really dirty. Okay.
Clean inside the hole of the pin.
Okay.
And with that wire brush, clean where the clips go.
You know, let me get a better wire brush because this one's kind of too soft to clean in here. Be right back. All right, got a bigger brush in here. Turn it over. All right, what's next?
Put the new hardware on.
Okay, put the new hardware on. Okay, there's one. There's two. Okay.
Okay, now you have the 007 where the brake pads are going to slide.
Okay. 007. Dang, man.
You sure is skimp you on that.
Here.
No, I mean
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
people.
I thought you were trying to get
They
on my
give you
case.
just enough.
That's right.
I guess you could have put the pins in first, huh?
Hey, I didn't want to say nothing. I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm gonna just listen to
Well,
Sylvia.
does it matter?
Nope, not really.
Okay. So put the
All right.
pins on then.
Put them in.
Yeah. Make sure the boot snaps in.
Okay.
Okay. Push it, see if it works. Good?
Yeah.
Okay, put the other one in.
You sure?
No? You have to, you have to grease the pins. Yeah, anti-seize the pins.
Yeah.
I knew there was somewhere else you had to put some grease in. I forgot where.
Okay.
Oh, now it works better.
All right. Next.
Okay, I guess now we can put the brake pads on.
Put the brake pads on. So I'm gonna wipe these off. I don't want that little clean up here. Don't want that anti-seize up there. I'm surprised you ain't yelling at me yet for having
I
it.
didn't see it.
Oh, good. All right. So let's put one in there. Okay. Let's get our other one. Another thing, guys, I should have mentioned before is that, okay, some people was like, all right, can I put the one with the wear sensor, why can't I put that on the outboard? Why can't I put it on the outboard? The main reason because when pressure is applied, the first pressure is applied to the inside one because that's where the piston is. So that one marks first. So that pad will wear slightly before that one. So there you go. There's your answer. All right, what's next?
Go back to the vehicle.
All right, we're going to bring this back over to the vehicle. We'll be right back. All right, Sylvia, what's next?
Put the new rotor in.
Okay. Rotor over here. Guys, this is another thing, very important. Please get good quality rotors and drums because cheap metal will warp quick. There might be nothing wrong with your brake system, but if the rotors are cheap, they're going to warp out on you.
Then you gotta be doing it again.
Yep. All right, that's on. What's next?
The bracket.
Okay, next thing we're gonna do, get the bracket with our brake pads already set up, that looks nice, don't it?
It's beautiful.
That's right. All right, we're gonna grab one of our bolts, slide it over the rotor, and then go over to this side, line up one of the bolts, put it in by a couple threads. Perfect. Get our other one, put that in. Okay, that's good. Now we can, we don't lose our pads or nothing, now we can just squeeze our pads in. And then we go ahead and tighten that up. I'm gonna use the 18mm 3/8 drive for my air ratchet first, and then I'm gonna wear down on it with the 1/2 inch. Be right back. All right, guys, we just tightened those up with the air ratchet. Now I'm gonna get my 1/2 inch drive ratchet in here. And let's go over here. We gotta really put some pressure on this. Tighten this up. Okay, let's get our other one. And see, right now I'm tightening it up like this. Another way you can do, as long as the car is secured like this one is, bring the ratchet to the bottom, like this. And now you can put your body up against the rotor and all, and you can tighten it up like that. Okay, top one now. Okay, here we go. All right, the next thing we're gonna do, guys, let's get some paper towels, and I'm gonna meet you up to the front. Be right back. All right, first thing we're gonna do, got one paper towel. Let's take this one out, put it right there. Fresh one. Stick it into there. Throw this one away, and we'll be right back. All right, what's next?
Swing the caliper back around. Make sure you don't twist up the hose.
Okay.
Wait, maybe we should clean that caliper a little bit because it's got some grease on it. Like right around there.
Okay.
Okay, now do it now.
Swing it around?
Yep.
It won't go over.
What? Oh, you have to push the piston back.
Oh.
Sorry, my bad.
All right, so we gotta push the piston back. The brake pad. See, guys, that's how I teach my helpers too. I don't say nothing.
Yes, if they don't learn. They'd be like, push it in.
No, I let them do it.
Oh.
Like, go ahead. Something wrong then. All right, slowly push this back. Piston back all the way till it stops. All right. Now what?
Now try putting it in.
Okay. It's down, but it won't go.
Because you have to pull the. You know what to do. Dad, nabbit.
Here. Dang it, right here. All right, push both of them in. Get that caliper on. Start us a bolt. Whoops. Put it on by a couple threads. All right. Let's get our bottom one. Where's our bottom one? Oh, there it is. Again, by a couple threads. All right, then we're gonna go tighten it up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and tighten them up with my air ratchet, 13mm socket, and I gotta get my adjustable wrench. Where the heck does the adjustable wrench go? Okay, can you see it in?
you push me.
You're supposed to be the camera person.
But you
Everybody
pushed me.
already raves about how good you can do the camera person. Well, you should be able to do that no problem.
But you need to push.
I need to do my job. All right, got them tightened up. We'll be right back. All right, guys, as you can see it started getting wet right there. So it did its job, and look at that, not a spill nowhere. Let's take our paper towel out, throw it in some we got a plastic bag right here, throw it in a plastic bag, put the cap back on it, and now what you gotta do, now those pistons are all the way back on the caliper. So before you do anything, you gotta pump the brake pedal up to get those pistons to come back out and meet and push those pads to meet the rotor. And let me show you what happens if you do not do that. All right, be right back. All right, now what happens if you just put the tires on right now and got in the car and took off and stepped on your brakes? This is what's gonna happen. Right down to the floor. You are not gonna stop, and you're gonna hit somebody or hit something, whatever. So what you gotta do is let it go, keep pushing up and down, pump the brake pedal up. Now notice how the brake pedal's all the way like up there. Perfect. That's done. You got to do that. All right, let's go back there and put these tires back on. We'll be right back. All right, guys, check it out. We're about to put the tire on. He's like, why did he show me how to put a tire on? I already know how to put a tire on. No, you don't. All right, check it out. You see this rim right here, inside circle? And you notice a little rust right there. That's because it is very tight on this hub. So what you want to do, when you tighten this tire down, you want to tighten it up over here. You want to crossways. So in that way, the tire goes on evenly. Because if not, if you go 1, 2, 3, 4, it's a good chance the tire's going to go on warped. You're going to go down the road, and this car's going to shake everywhere, and you're going to think you got bad rotors. So what you want to do is bring one of them in. Just like that. Not tightened up. Go right across from it and tighten it up. And then cross over. That's done. The next thing you got is your center cap. Doesn't matter which way it goes, you can go on either one. And what you just put the center cap on. Take your same 22mm socket, and that's all it does is twist on. Tighten up by hand. That's it. You use a ratchet, you will strip it right out. Alright, let's get the other tire on, and we'll be right back.
Alright, so that's how you do rear brakes and rotors on a 2007 Chevy Tahoe with a 5.3 engine, and this is a 2-wheel drive vehicle. So if you guys have any comments or questions, you can post them below in the comment section, or you can email to me at tim@astralautorepairs.com. Hope you paid attention. If not, watch it again. This is Sylvia from Astral Auto Repairs. If we can't repair it, nobody can. See you next time.